Hi friends, it's Penny back again, and I'm with somebody who you all probably already know. It is Miss Karen McCarville. We're here in her wonderful, beautiful loft in almost downtown Dallas. We're real close to downtown Dallas. And we wanted to come and talk to you today about just some things that we think might be of interest to you. First of all, if you don't know, Karen is a holistic health coach, but she really has a specialized focus on detoxification, right, and has been thoroughly trained in all aspects of natural healing. But that's a specific area that you really are passionate about.
It is. It is.
And so we were just sort of sharing and talking amongst ourselves before we started filming this, and she was sharing with me some of the different issues that she's gone through in her life, and I was sharing some of mine and telling her kind of what our demographic is. We have a lot of ladies here with us. Sorry guys, but we're not going to exclude you from this conversation, but just some of the changes that women go through as they're into the childbearing years, and then peri and even postmenopausal. And you work with a lot of people, so you get to see firsthand what some people are dealing with.
Absolutely. And one of the biggest things that I see, and I find it, is just becoming a genetic weakness. You know, we're procreating, but we haven't addressed this very important endocrine gland, which is your adrenals. And so many people are affected by adrenal fatigue. And as we get older and we're not taking care of ourselves, it becomes more and more prominent. And adrenal fatigue presents itself in many, many ways, but fatigue, as it's stated, is definitely one. Also, a lot of hormonal imbalances, especially the reproductive hormones. That's big. High blood pressure, low blood pressure are also implications that adrenals are affected. And also the kidneys. The adrenals are these little walnut-sized glands that sit right on top of your kidneys. And so they really, it's kind of the chicken and the egg scenario in that which one affects which. But the deal is, if one is suppressed or one's not working optimally, the other system is not going to be working optimally either. And just kind of shifting gears and talking a little bit about kidneys. The kidneys are a very important elimination organ, especially for cellular waste. And we always think digestively, you know, like it's our colon and our digestive tract, that's where all the wastes are going to be eliminated. But that's very important. We definitely want that system working optimally. But you know, we also have 100 trillion plus cells that eat and poop too, and that waste needs to get out of the system. And it's going to be excreted predominantly through the kidneys. So if they're not filtering effectively, we're just getting backed up with all of this waste. And then that causes a myriad of problems as well, because that waste is very acidic. And an acid environment is very inflammatory in the body. It's also coagulating, so it makes the lymph fluid, which is kind of, it's sort of viscous and almost lipid-like, starts binding together, and it can't properly and efficiently remove this waste in a timely fashion. And then, you know, the other thing about acids is it's also corrosive. And so that, you know, when you see a lot of cholesterol issues in the body, you know that you've got an acidic internal environment, because that cholesterol is an antacid. It lays down over these lesions and this corrosive nature of the acids to protect the body. So yeah, that's definitely something I see. And I, too, have struggled many, many years from adrenal fatigue. For me, it was more genetic because I was born with very compromised kidneys. And for the first 13 years of my life, I was in and out of hospitals and doctor's offices.
Wow.
Yeah. So for me, it was really, I was fortunate. When I look back, I didn't realize it at the time, and I'm sure my mother didn't realize this at the time, but I grew up for the most part of my life in Hawaii, where we had ripe fruit straight off the tree. You know, I always thought it was funny when people bought fruit, because for me it was just abundantly available. And I know that the fruit was a huge part of my healing process, because I lived in our mango tree. You know, I just ate mangoes constantly. And I was fortunate too that I had a mother who prepared food from scratch, and it was definitely much more healthier growing up. And I think that went a long way towards my healing, but it didn't completely, fix the issue. I had to dive in as I became an adult and really start on my journey towards optimal health. And I still struggle, I have my days when I slip and have my wine and coffee and, the foods that just are more acidifying to the body, and then I have to get right back on track. I know we wanted to talk about...
Well, I was, as you were talking about acid-forming foods and what acid does in the body, that's one of the reasons that we really focus in so much on the raw foods and the juices and the smoothies, because they're the most alkalizing food that you can eat. Yeah. And so many of the old foods that are the comforts, they're the go-to things that we've grown up with or that we've sort of become addicted to. They're just like the wine and the coffee. Right. It's a habit. It's a lifestyle habit that a lot of us have fallen into. But it really does set our system up to go into this cycle that you're talking about.
Exactly, because your body's clever. It wants to heal.
Yes.
It needs to protect itself from that acidic hit.
Yes.
And it's going to do it in a myriad of ways. It's going to hold lipids, fat tissue in the body, adipose tissue. It's going to make your cholesterol rise. It's going to make cholesterol plaquing in the vascular system occur. It is going to have you retain water. All these things are buffers against the acidic hit to the body.
And in the book, the book that you all received, Guidelines for Optimal Health, we talk about that.
Yeah,
is that
that's
it's
awesome.
The body is actually doing you a favor by holding on to that fluid, and the fat it's because it's buffering it, like you said.
Absolutely.
And so once you start to alkalinize your system, then you begin to release some of that. And so, I mean, it's a great journey of learning. But just so this video is not so long, I want Karen to talk to you about her practice. She does health coaching. And that's really what your passion is. She does a lot of things, and she has a food business in Dallas where she, creates beautiful gourmet, raw and vegan foods for clients. But your love is really coaching one-on-one clients.
Because my passion is empowering. I can make food for people all day long, and they're going to eat it, but I can't control what else they're putting in their mouth. Whereas if you empower people through knowledge, through teaching, I think that's really the way to go.
And if someone's interested in going a little bit deeper and working with you on their specific health issues, you can do an evaluation with them, and then you can begin to work with them right where they're at. And begin to move them in a healthier direction. How would they get a hold of you if they'd like to hire you to coach with them?
At mindfullifenutrition.com. That's my website. You can find me on Facebook as well at Mindful Life Nutrition. I have a page there. And, you can shoot me an email from, either of those sites. And, really that is my passion, is helping people through just kind of, guiding people, helping them tap into their inner healer and empowering them to be proactive in their own health journey. Because we are the only ones that can really make a difference. We can only do it for ourselves.
That's right. That is exactly right. So
sometimes we need a little nudge along the way, or there's a lot of information out there, and it can be confounding, and it can be contradictory, and it can be confusing, and so it's kind of nice to have someone guide you along that's already weeded, waded through all that, and can say, oh, well, okay, this, yes, you can consider this.
And Karen's been at this for many years. I mean, this is not just a new passion. You've been involved in this for a long time. So, guys, we love you. We thank you for watching. And, as always, we'll be back again really soon with another video for you.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.